Alrighty everyone, Supreme Comedy over here. So it's about that time again to do our bingo stuff for this week over here. So in terms of this week, we have the unit Zedas over here. So that is going to be from our first H1 timeline over here, or you can say the first 1/3 of the H over here. So this is a pilot by Deso over here, Deso Gillette. We actually do have the pilot right here, so I highly suggest everyone to at least form up the portrait with this guy over here, at least proficiency if you guys can, because this one is going to be for an infighter, and this is going to be an easy 10 points that is going to go towards your job grade over here. So that is going to be something I highly suggest everyone to form up if possible. So that is that. And in terms of this unit over here, that is let's actually take a quick spin over here. We don't actually have too many units in terms of Vagan units in this game, so I do welcome this addition for sure. I know that we do have so many Vagan units that we have not got yet, so I do hope that in the near future, either they come in as like a warfare part like this one over here, or they can come in as like an actual summable 4-star, so they can have a little bit of a better stat. But man, this unit is so this has some pretty insane stat to begin with over here. So we can just kind of max things out over here. You can see that the melee attack is, you can say it's in the low tier here, but you take a look at that melee defense. That melee defense is actually borderline pretty good for like a melee unit. War tag wise is excellent. All in all, the head is definitely going to be something you want to be picking up the full set for sure, because this one, when you have P attribute, you are going to be getting an initial EXP charge boosted by 12%. So this is a pretty good starting point for like any new players, I would say, because if you guys do take a look at let's say a level 1 of like even your standard or even Stokais for Gundam Battle Festival, they only start at 6%, so you at least need to get up to like a portrait level 6 for those guys in order to, let's say, have 12%. So this one is definitely gonna have a head start. You want to compare that directly to, let's say, your standards or your Gundam Battle Festival or Sokais. So this one is definitely gonna be a good part to get up to portrait level 10 for sure. In terms of the other one, I'm just gonna quickly go over some of the portrait first, and then we're obviously gonna be doing like a EXQ testing for the Zedas over here and see what we can be doing over here. In terms of the other portrait, like the leg over here is not too impressive. The pilot Deso is not as impressive as well. So in terms of the EXQ that we have, so here's all the work tags you have over here. So these are going to be some parts in terms of those W awakening circuits that you're going to be needing to have. Like I said again, you don't really need to get the full upgrade everything to that level 90. You can just kind of pick a slot that you think that the reward is going to be good for you, and you can just kind of stop there. But if you guys do have the necessary resources and we would like to complete the whole bingo set for a chance for some, Sokai / Gundam Battle Festival parts, by all means go for it. So that is that, right? In terms of EXQ wise over here, we have some beam cannons over here. So B plus and then C minus power. So this one can be good, right? Because most of them we have seen so far, this only coming at D power. So this one can be a pretty good option, I will have to assume. Being Vulcan over here, A minus and D power. I think if whenever this guy does have an oscillation, this will at least gonna bump up to like an A plus potentially, or just probably gonna stay at A. I think it's gonna go up to A and then B plus power. That is gonna be like a thing that will happen if ever this thing does get an alteration over here. And then this one ideally might just bump up to like a B power or B plus power. And then last but not least, we have the Zeta sword over here. So this one, it potentially does have alteration. It should bump up to like a B plus power. I do wonder what kind of EXQ animation we can kind of expect from this one over here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I'm just actually gonna go right up ahead and just gonna upgrade everything to that level 99 right now, and then we're actually just gonna hop over to the bingo set and then claim our reward. So I'm gonna make a quick skip right now as I'm gonna get everything up to that level 90. So before doing that, let me actually go over to the other set as well. Just gonna quickly talk about the other set with you guys as well. In terms of the torso over here, you do have some pretty insane armor wise over here. Shot attack is a little bit more better in this one over here, so that is that. In terms of the arm is pretty standard-ish for the welfare. The stat is pretty like mid, it's not like anything too impressive, I would have to say. What about this one? The leg the leg does have some pretty okay-ish stuff for like your melee. I would say defense or armor wise is pretty good. Armor is definitely on the high number there for sure. Now backpack wise, yeah, backpack is the same thing again. Good melee stats right there. Offense and defense gonna translate really well. Armor wise is pretty high as well, not bad. What about the pilots? Pilot, okay, hold up. Let me actually. Okay, 1699 is actually not bad. I will have to say, not bad. Why does he look so funny in that picture? Just so like why? I don't know, but all right. Let me now actually upgrade everything to level 90 now. Alright, so I have upgraded the last piece over here to level 90, so we can just gonna go over to the achievement page and pick up our bingo rewards over here. So here's the stat afterward. You guys can see that the armor is already taken over, like it's already at 10k. So if you guys do have the appropriate, let's say, marks, you know, all the work tag active, I think this one would have a pretty insane-ish, you know, armor-wise over here. Not too bad for a welfare unit for sure. So let's go over to the achievement page right now and see. The war is obviously gonna be this per usual. But just this time around, there's only 6 parts. I think it should be a little bit more easier for people to, let's say, kind of grind everything up and just get the whole bingo silverware over here. But you know, there are obviously going to be players that are going to be lacking all these resources over here, and it's totally fine. It's understandable. Just let's say complete one of the slots, just trying to pick up whichever the most important reward is. Ideally, the W Awakening Sea ticket is definitely going to be something that a lot of people are going to be looking out for. And then, you know, in terms of like clearing the bingo set, obviously you will be getting all these subsequent to that, but you know, that will take a lot of research. Just trying to keep that in mind, right? So I think the most important thing is right here. Do let me know, like, how much do you guys even value this premium capsule ticket right there? Just because of that, I feel like a lot of people want to complete it just for this over here. But I want to know, like, do you guys really value that ticket over here? That you guys will like, all right, I have to complete it every week. So do let me know that in the comment section below. So alright, so let's actually go over to the summoning page right now and see what we can get this time around. I believe they actually did updated the banner. So yeah, they did. They gave us like a new banner image right here. I want to see in terms of like inside. Did they update it? Oh, okay. So now they have updated to having the full armor unicorn. So that's a pretty good pickup to get. We got JN Outrider as well. So they have not brought back any of those what are they? They have not brought back any of those the Balog suits, so that's quite interesting. So are they not ever gonna be put onto these types of banner? Or they might be on like their own little exclusive banner eventually, like all 6 of them together? I don't know. That's quite interesting because like on this time slot, this one over here, in terms of double ship quanta, they would have Helios, and then the one up here, they would have, let's say, Blazing Gundam, but they're not. Quite interesting that I guess they don't want to put them on the same time slot. I guess I don't know. That's quite interesting, I guess. But let's see what we can get from this one singular tickets right here. Okay. Let's see. I'm just actually going to maybe skip it. Oh, what? Oh, is that? Is that the Force Stream Force beam rifle? I think that might be it. Let's see. So this banner is going to be updated in 1 month later. So whatever we have got, I believe the past one should be added next in the following one. So we have got the Jig Arch Gunner, which is a fabulous unit, I will have to say. But I do know that in terms of the text and what it's trying to do, it can be a little bit funky. But I think the portrait itself definitely makes up for that, which is quite good. So we're only gonna be getting 1 part, and we got, what part is that? Oh, that might be X Smile. Okay, I do have that. Yeah, I do definitely have that. But alright, it's definitely a pretty good pickup, I guess, in terms of aesthetic. But in terms of like the stat wise, in terms of like the portrait, I don't think it's gonna be that much. I don't think it was that impressive after alteration either. So but nonetheless, we did get a SoCal part, so that's pretty good. No, this one is actually a Gundam Battle Festival part, so Alright, so now the last thing we need to do right now is actually test out what kind of EX skill we can get in terms of like actual in battle for the Zedas right there. So we're gonna make a quick cut right now and then hop into like a quick regular multi mission. Yeah, I think that should do. So we'll be right back. Alright, so we are in right now, so let's see what we can do. So I did equip this onto my shooter build, so yeah, so we just got some regular Vulcan right here. In terms of the range, I don't think it's actually pretty decent enough. Yeah, it's not bad. What about this? Ooh, it's one of those swords, huh? Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, let me talk about the sword real quick. Like after I take care of these guys over here. So it's gonna be okay, not the longest range. It's one of those. Okay, got it. Got it. All right. So I do have to talk about that sword. I am a little bit disappointed. So what they did, right, in terms of the 3.1 update, in terms of what this sword is trying to do, so it's more of like one of those that you can kind of cut through like your enemy prior to the update. So what this sword actually does back then, right, you can kind of skew to whatever enemy is in front of you. So this used to be a extremely good AoE. You can say semi AoE animation EX skill. But what they have done in terms of like the 3.1 update, they have kind of stopped you, right? So if you have an enemy right like that right in front of you, whatever enemy behind you is just gonna stop you. So we can just kind of you guys just kind of see some sort of pause right there. So this is unfortunate, but this like I used to love these type of EX skill a lot because like they cover a lot of range. Like you guys can see like front and center right here. You guys can see that it goes up to around that range. Like it's good. It's not bad for sure. Like all right, but in terms of the visual of the Zedas, it does look pretty nice. You do have a little bit of those effects that Vagan unit will have. So I like that little bit of addition right there. So not bad. So I can give you guys a quick example right there, like if I can gather all these guys over here. So normally, prior to the 3.1 update, you will be able to like, kind of like mirror through your enemy, like sort of like this. Like you see, it just stops right there. Like it's not gonna proceed any further. Like before the update, like you can continue to go through a little bit until like the actual EX is complete. So right now, I'll say it's not going to be the best of EX skill. That is going to be for sure. So right now in terms of this EX skill is more useful if you're like a little bit long range, so you can just get that one final hit. Like if I'm like right up to my enemy, it's just gonna go strictly towards the end. There's not gonna be that trolley swipe. Like if I'm like around here, oh, okay. So you have to be a little bit further in order to, let's say, get the twirly effects. I think that's what it's trying to do. Yeah, just unfortunate. I would have to say. I don't know why they will. That is something they updated. Yeah, like there's so many stuff they should have updated, but they have not. But they fixed these little bugs that are not even like bugs. For example, I don't know why. It is like it's just the development team. Like I don't know what they just pick some stuff that they don't need to be fixed. Like why? I don't know, but I guess like we have to look at that, right? Obviously, there are some stuff we can like give them recommendation on, but like this right here, I don't see a point. Like I mean, it does kind of make sense. Like kind of like going past your enemy, like after you kill them, is like huh? So I guess they wanted to make that adjustment, but it just make all these EXQ like not too viable afterward. Like because the way you have to use them now, they have to be in a pretty far range, where it's like normally you wouldn't have to. But I guess that is what we're gonna have to live up with right now. But in terms of the other one, the one for the chest cannon is pretty similar to the Legatus, I will have to assume. And then in terms of being Vulcan, does have some pretty good range. Does have some good staggering property. That is for sure because of that A minus period. So that is gonna be nice to see. But I am a little bit of a letdown by the Zeta store. I just wish that it wasn't that type of EXU animation. But nonetheless, that should be pretty much it for the Zedas bingo set over here. So with that being said, that would be pretty much it. And then I'll catch you guys all on the next one.